Hello, hello. Welcome to Crafty Chemist Designs. If you are watching, say hi so I know that you're online and tell me where you're watching from. I'm streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. So let me know where you're watching. I'm sharing this to the group for a second. Okay, there we go. So I should be live for everybody. And tell me where you're watching from. Okay, there we go. I'm all set up. Took me a little bit of time to get situated. Okay, I just put the Instagram live. I'll try and watch the comments from there. Okay, today we are going to create this scrapbook layout. It's a 2-page layout. So I want to get started kind of quickly so we can get it all done. But what I want to feature is the hybrid embossing folders. So that's sort of the technique that I want to use today is these hybrid embossing folders, because this changing leaf set is really amazing, and I want to feature that. Okay, well, right before we get started, I want to remind you of a couple things. One is hi Mom, October 5th is National Card Making Day. So go on to my Stampin' Up website, which you can see is the craftychemist.stampinup.net, and register for the National Card Making Day. So it's on the 5th. Even if you can't watch it live, you should sign up. You should register, because they're giving a free gift, which I don't know what it is, but you only get it if you register. So go ahead and go in and register. Like I said, you can watch it on the replay. If you're registered, you don't have to watch it live. Okay, and then a couple other things. Remember that there is a special going on for the paper pumpkin kit. You get 40% off your first month if you use code HOLIDAY40 before October 10th. So there's a couple weeks left for that. So paper pumpkin is Stampin' Up's subscription, basically card making kits. They send you a kit every month, and you usually make like 9 cards. So you get 40% off that first month. Don't forget about the mini catalog is live right now, September through December. A lot of great autumn and Christmas things. And actually, what we're using today is in here, I think. I thought I had it marked, but maybe not. I will drop a link to it, though. It's this changing leaf set. And then the scrapbooking brochure is live. There's a Halloween set and an autumn set, scrapbooking pages. It's everything you need to create 3 2-page layouts, and it even has directions and cutting guides. And then there's 2 Christmas ones also. Okay, so don't forget about those. Okay. Okay, so let's get started on making this scrapbook layout. Like I said, it's a universal layout. Even if you don't have the Hybrid Embossing Folders or whatever, you can still create this layout. It's a gorgeous layout. Just use different stickers or stamps or whatever you have here. But we can make the base layer, and then you can decorate it how you want. Okay? Like I said, what I'm going to show you today is the set called Changing Leaves. And this is a bundle. I bought the bundle. You can buy everything separately, but I got the bundle. It is, let me move these out of here because I might use these later. I cut a lot of stuff out, so we had some stuff ready to go. So it has the stamp set, the dies, and then the embossing folder. So while we have a lot of bundles that are like this, hi Diana, while we have a lot of bundles that are like this one is special because this is a hybrid embossing set. And I'll show you what that means, but basically what it means is that you can emboss and cut at the same time. Okay, so that's going to be really fun. So we'll do that when we decorate the pages. But I want to decorate, or let's make the base scrapbook layouts right now. Okay, I'm going to start with the left one. Again, we're going to do the base and then we'll do the decorations later. Okay, so the base, what you need is, I have a solid piece of cardstock here, 12 by 12. And then I have a piece of, this is the white willow. Okay, this is what close to my heart used to call white daisy. Stampin' Up brought it over and then they renamed it white willow. So a solid cardstock, piece of white willow, and then I have 3 other pattern papers. Okay, these are from the it is, I forget what the name of it is, but it's the one that has all the vegetables. This one. This is what I use. Okay. So I actually am going to use different colors because if you saw, I don't have enough of some of these to do another 2-page spread with this. So I'm going to use this. This is from that same paper. Hi, Michelle. This is from that same vegetable paper, and it's green, and it is pattern. I don't know if you can see the pattern on there. Let me see if I can get it so you can see the pattern. There's a little bit of a pattern, but it looks kind of solid, so I'm going to use this. And if you notice, I did gut out the middle, and I gut out the middle because I didn't have much Blackberry Bliss, and I wanted to save, I didn't want to just waste this one. Diana, I'm going to give the measurements here in a minute when I cut it. So you don't have to gut the paper. I am going to. And I made this about an inch wide. Okay, so let's do this. Again, if you don't want to gut the paper, you don't have to. But I am going to. Because really, I want to keep some of this tomato paper to use later. Okay, so all you do is, I'm putting mine up against the 1-inch line here, and then I'm starting 1 inch from the top, and I'm going down. My cutter is not in here. Right. There you go. Okay. So I'm going from 1 inch down, which is about right here, 1 inch here, and then I'm going to do the same thing all the way around. If you're using just a solid color paper that you have a lot of, then you don't have to gut it. But as I'm slowly building up my Stampin' Up paper, I really don't have a lot of the 12 by 12 cardstock at least. To kind of, I don't want to say waste, but you know, you are wasting. You don't see that paper behind it, so I usually try and get this. Okay. Okay, so now I have this. I can use this for a card or something later. Okay, so now let's look at the white willow. So the white willow is 11 inches. So 11 by 11. Okay. I bought a new pack of the white willow so I could test it out. That piece had come with, I think, one of the scrapbook kits that I had purchased. Okay. This white willow, you know what? I don't know. It feels a little bit less thick than the white daisy. Hey, Vicky. Hi from Epcot. I wish you were there. You just had the Canadian cheddar cheese soup? Did you go in or did you get it to go? Or was it food and wine? Did you get it from the food and wine booth? Okay, so I'm going to cut this at 11 by 11. Have a Grey Goose slushie for me. Did you guys get on Guardians? Okay, so that's 11 by 11. Okay, now this little piece, this is like a design piece, like a bold statement piece. So this one you want to be some kind of nice pattern. Okay, these other two, I like to have it more subdued pattern, but this one you want to have sort of a nice pattern. And let's measure that. Where'd my ruler go? What did I do with my rule? Oh, here. So no, that's, oh yeah. Okay. So this one is 3/4 of an inch by 12. 3/4 by 12. Okay. So I am going to use, this is from that same pack. I am going to use this orange flower. So it's like this, but it's the orange flower. I will tell you, I love this Blackberry Bliss. I would use this again. However, I don't have any more 12 by 12 Blackberry Bliss because, you know, each of the cardstock packs, the 12 by 12 cardstock packs, you only get 2 of each color. For right now, they are starting to come in whole packs, but I only had 2. So I'm going to have to, like I said, I'm using this green instead. So let's cut this at 3/4 of an inch. Okay, there's that. So 3/4 by 12 for your piece there. Now this green stripe piece here, this piece is 4 inches. 4 inches by 12. Okay, 4 inches by 12. Only a 15-minute wait for Soren? Wow, that's amazing. I did see that the wait times were pretty low this week. Okay, so I'm going to use this paper. And this paper actually is from this pack. And this was this set was in here, Nest of Winter. So it's from it's this paper here from the Nest of Winter. But I thought the color I thought the color went well. It's garden green. So let's cut this at 4. 4 by 12. And so for this one, like I said, I would use something that's more subtle background, because when you put all this on here, you want this to really sit in the back, right? You don't want it to compete with your decorations that you put on. Okay. And then the last piece, big piece here that we need is this stripe, or not stripe, plaid. And this one is 8 inches by 10. 8 by 10. Okay. 8 by 10 inches. And I am going to use this, this is the orange kind of polka dot, and it's actually the reverse side of this one. Like, I would have loved to have used this again, but like I said, I didn't have the Blackberry Bliss, and I just couldn't come up with a combination that I had enough of the papers with that. So we're going the orange and green route today. So 8 by 10. All of the other ones were 12 inches tall because they went all the way from the top of the page to the bottom. This one doesn't. 8 by 10. Okay. And then I have the mats. Now I put on 2 4 by 6 pictures. You could put on like a 5 by 7. You could do almost an 8 by 10 on here. I used 2 4 by 6s. And so I cut the mats at 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. Okay, 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. So I am going to use, well, one thing you could use is I could use, remember this piece that I gutted out of the middle? I could use this. But I think I pulled out some garden green for that. Just some of the solid garden green. Okay, so I'm going to do 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. Oh wait, that was not 4 1/4. This is 4 1/4. I was like, wait, that looks so skinny. That was too skinny. Okay, so this is 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. Let's try this one. Okay, 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. Okay, now I think we have enough of the base stuff to put our page together. Okay, I'm going to stop, take 1 second here to look at the comments and see if there's any questions. Are there any questions before I start? Any, you need me to repeat any size? Size? No? Okay, so all we need to do is adhere these down. I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal. So the first thing we want to put down is the white. And when you put the adhesive on your white, you want to make sure that when you put adhesive on, you want it to stay on the piece below. You don't want it to, You don't want to stick it, you don't want to like put adhesive kind of in the middle, because then it would be sticking to nothing, and then it would stick on your page protectors. Okay, so what I usually do is I go right up against the edge, as close to the edge as I can get it. Okay, let's see, I didn't get a good seal down here. And then sometimes what I will do, depending on how wide this is sometimes I will just add a little bit on the inside edges here, so that you don't get, sometimes it like flops around. I don't know how to explain. Oh, I got it on my glass mat there. If you don't put adhesive there, sometimes it will that inside piece will like flap down, which I don't like. You guys know me and my adhesive. I don't like anything flopping around, so I usually add this. You don't have to, and you could just put it like a little bit here on the, keep it to kind of hold it down. Okay, so then let's put this on, and when you put it down, make sure that you're kind of happy with the placement before you get too close. You want it to be nice and centered, because this Stampin' Seal stuff really sticks. Okay, so see how it, see the places where I did not put the adhesive on this side, see how it like there's a gap? Whereas here, when I put the adhesive all the way along, you don't get a gap. Here, there's a little bit of a gap. Here, it's not, because I put adhesive there. I'm gonna make sure that I don't get that on the glass mat. Okay. And then next, let's put this strip piece down, your statement piece. And I will tell you, some of the issue is that I am not 100% comfortable yet with the Stampin' Seal. I just will be honest, because the angle that you have to hold it, I feel is a little bit difficult for me. Okay, so on this one, the placement is I put this about 3/4 of an inch in from the edge. Okay, you want a little bit of the white to show, and I'm going to use the marks on my glass mat as a guide. So about 3/4 of an inch. You really could just eyeball it. You want it to be at the top so that it shows a little bit of the white. There you go, like that. See? You have a little bit of that white showing. Okay, now let's do the 4-inch piece. I'm getting better with the Stampin' Seal. The one issue is the beginning part. That's the part that I kind of have an issue with. Okay, so this one I'm going to butt right up against that 3/4 of an inch piece. There we go. And then we do the 8 by 10. Now this is not a square, so make sure that the 10-inch piece is going up and down, and then the 8-inch piece is going across. Okay, and basically what you want is you're going to have, remember this piece was 11 inches, and this piece is 10 inches tall. So you're going to have 1/2 inch at the top and 1/2 inch at the bottom. So you want to arrange this, you know, left to right, so that you have a 1/2 inch here on the right. That way you have a 1/2 inch all the way around your middle strip. Okay. So tear this down. Okay, and then, like I said, try and get it so that you've got a nice even edge all the way around, 1/2 inch, like that. Okay, okay, now take your 2 pieces of mat, or if you're doing a different size, say you're doing a piece that's 8 by 10 or 5 by 7, whatever your mat is, you're going to place them and center them on here. Okay, so I like to put both down so that I can kind of get a guide, and I'm using my eyeball to just, you know, make it even left to right. Okay, and then the second one. Okay, there we go. And then I do have the photo placeholders. And if you're not familiar with these because you're from, Stampin' Up and haven't really been doing the scrapbooking, these used to come with all of the Close to My Heart scrapbook workshop kits. You could also buy them separately, or at least consultants could. But I noticed they do include them in the new kits. So you'll start to see these. When I put these on, I'm using this Mono Dots adhesive because it's a little bit temporary. It's not as strong. That Stampin' Seal is very strong. And if you try and take this off when you put your picture down, because I don't have my pictures for this ready, if you put this down with a Stampin' Seal and you pull it off, it's going to rip the paper underneath. Okay, here I only put a little piece of this because this doesn't hold quite. It's like kind of temporary. So, okay, so here's the left hand side, and we'll decorate it in a minute, but this is the left hand side page. Any questions before we move on to the next page? So the right hand side page looks like this, and it's very similar, but there are different sizes. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. We have the 12 by 12 that I'm going to gut, and then we have the 11 by 11 white willow. Okay, so I'm using another piece of this. This is from the Market Fresh. That's what it was called, Market Fresh. Okay, and I'm going to basically gut 1 inch around it. That way, again, I can use that paper for something else. We like to be frugal with our paper, right? I will tell you, I'm a little more frugal right now because I'm slowly building up my Stampin' Up colors. So that's why I'm kind of being a little bit more frugal than I normally would be. When you only have 2 sheets of Blackberry Bliss, you really want to, save as much as you can. No, this isn't Blackberry Bliss, but that's why I got the Blackberry Bliss out of this. But I did use it for the mats. So that's, it was very useful because I was able to use it for the mat pieces. So there we go. And now I'll be able to use this. Maybe I'll be able to use this for my garden pictures this year. Okay, so we've got this for the base, and then we need a piece of 11 by 11 white willow. I don't know if anybody gets the white willow. Tell me what you think compared to the white daisy. I feel like it's a little, The color looks the same pretty much, but I feel it's a little bit lighter weight. I don't know. I'll have to see if they have that information anywhere. If it is actually. I don't have much of White Daisy left because I did the Stampin' Scrapbook Expo, and I did about 150 make and take kits, and I used up all of my White Daisy. So I don't have anything to compare it to. Okay, this piece here is the 3/4 of an inch, like the other side. Okay, so your statement little strip there. Okay, so I'm going to use 3/4 of an inch. This piece is also from the Market Fresh line. But look how versatile that collection is, because I don't think you'd be able to tell that from this page that it was at Market Fresh. Okay, now this piece, this green stripe here, is different size. This one is 6 inches, 6 by 12, goes all the way down. And I used this piece. Remember, this is from the Nests of Winter. So I'm going to cut this at 6 inches. Okay. And then this piece here, this plaid, is a little bit smaller. It is 3.5. 3.5. Okay. Let's see, 3.5. This is from that same sheet, so I tried to make it so that you could kind of get these all from, you know, one sheet of each kind. And then the only other things we need are the mats. Now these pictures are 3 by 4, so my mats are 3.25 by 4.25, and I need 3 of them. If you do, you could do like a 4 by 6 portrait, and then a 3 by 4, 3 by 4s, whatever you want. And so I'm going to use the garden green. Here's garden green. And I'm going to cut these, 4.25, let's see, 4.25 by 3.25. 3 of them. We're doing pretty good on time. And then after we get these bases done, then we'll talk about the hybrid embossing folders, which is probably what you're here to see. But you need something to put them on first. Okay. Did anybody get this Market Fresh collection? I love it, and I've already made a few things using it. So, okay, so let's do our white willow. Here's my stamp. So remember, when you do this, go right up against the edge. You don't, whatever you do, you don't want it to be over farther than your, the overlap that you have with that piece underneath. Okay, I've only got a 1 inch. I've only got a 1 inch piece here, so okay. And then I'm going to center this. And this Stampin' Up is pretty strong, so before you actually get it onto your page, you want to try and make sure you're as centered as you can get. Okay, there we go. That's not too bad. Okay, this piece was, what did we say it was? Let me measure this before we, I think it was 3/4 of an inch. Yes, 3/4 of an inch from the edge. And I'm just going to use the mat here to guide. There we go. You want a little bit of the white showing. There we go. Okay. And then you want your 6-inch piece, this one. And again, mine is from the Nest of Winter. Uh-oh, I ran out, guys. But I have another one in reserve. It wouldn't be one of my lives if I didn't run out of adhesive. Let's see. There we go. So easy. They were out of the refills when I ordered, so I had to get a whole new thing. Okay, and then I'm going to butt this up against the edge of this, the 3/4 of an inch piece, and along the top and the bottom. And then this piece, this was a 3.5-inch piece. Oh, you know what? This piece is not 12 inches. I didn't cut this one. It's 3.5. But it is 10 inches. It's only 10 inches tall, so I need to go back and cut that. I need to go back and cut this to 10 inches. I don't have my watchdog Julie here to point out my mistakes. There we go. Okay, because yeah, you want the 1/2 inch around this. This Stampin' Seal, and this isn't even the Stampin' Seal Plus. This is regular Stampin' Seal. It is a very strong adhesive, I found. Very strong. Okay, so then I'm going to butt this up against this piece and have about a 1/2 inch all the way around. Okay, and then all we need to do is attach the mats. Yeah, I guess I don't mind the green on there. I could have used pumpkin or something on that. But they're going to have a picture on it, so I've already cut these. Okay, and I have these kind of spread out, kind of how I want them, to make sure I have them in a good spot. Okay, the second one. The third one, okay. And I do have the photo placeholders for this size. When Close to My Heart said that they were going out of business, one of the first things I stocked up on were these photo placeholders because I love them on my layouts. I don't like to leave it solid like that because then I feel like you don't really get a good representation of what the page is going to look like. Okay, now we've got the bases done. Let me see. Here's my 2-page layout. Look at that. That's gorgeous. And really, this actually could be a good layout for almost anything, right? It could be a baby layout. It could be a wedding. It could be, I'm using it for Autumn. Hi, Julie. Where were you when I needed somebody to remind me that this was supposed to be 10 inches instead of 12 inches? But you're just in time for the discussion on the hybrid embossing folders. Okay, so we've got this done. Let's make our decorations. Okay, so like I said, this is a bundle that you can get, but you can also buy all 3 of these pieces separately. So there's a stamp set, and it's got some nice sentiments. You are amazing in every single way. I couldn't have done it without you. Here for you, thank you. A little note to brighten your day. And it's got the leaves. And then I also got the die cuts, and this is sort of the hybrid part. But then there's these leaves, and there's even some of these sentiment pieces, which I did use here. Okay, and then there is the embossing folder. Okay, so this is the embossing folder. So how do the hybrid embossing folders work? Okay, well on this embossing folder, this is what they would call, I would say they would call this a 3D embossing folder because it's a little bit thicker than the regular embossing folders. Okay, so it is a little bit thicker. You will probably have to watch your sandwich on your embossing machine. Okay, but on the side that says Stampin' Up, you can place the die, and this die, you see how it cuts 3 at once? It fits right on here. Can you see how it snugs right on that? And then you put your paper, this paper here. You can put your paper right on here, and it will emboss it and cut it at the same time. Okay, so you don't have to ever worry about embossing and then trying to match up the cutter with it. You know, after you emboss, you do it all at once, and so it makes it really easy. Truthfully, I have been trying to figure out a way to stamp, emboss, and cut at the same time, but since these are fixed, I couldn't figure out how to stamp it. I guess you could, stamp it on a piece. I could stamp this on a piece of paper and then try and match this up, but I couldn't figure that one out. If everybody has a great idea for that, I'm not sure if that's possible. But okay, so here's what I did here. Can you see how it cut and embossed this? It did this at the same time. So I'm going to make these ones here. So there's a couple here. And I kind of did changing leaves because this stamp set is called Changing Leaves. So I figured we need to make it so that the leaves look like they're changing, right? So let me get some of this cardstock. Okay, this is the white willow. And I did cut this. This embossing folder is 6 by 6. Okay, so I cut my pieces 6 by 6. And then I used Sundance, Nectarine, and New England Ivy to make these ones here. Okay, and I used my blending brushes. And this is how I colored it. I took my blending brush. Well, let me get a piece of paper to put under this. I don't want to get it on my glass mat here. Okay. So what I did is on the edges, I put green, and it really doesn't matter if it's kind of clumpy like this, because when you emboss and then you cut it, you can't really tell. You know, normally I like to really get a good blend. I'm not worrying about that on these. So I put green along the edge. And then the nectarine, the orange. Here, and you don't want to overlap this too much, because the green and the orange can get muddied up a little bit there. So you want to get enough on here, because I want this to look like, you know, fall colors. Okay. And then I did the Sundance. And these are the close to my heart ink colors. You could do similar colors with the Stampin' Up colors. This is just what I have. I'm working my way up to some of the Stampin' Up ink pads. Okay. Again, I'm not bothering to blend them very much. Okay, so now let's emboss and cut. Let me get my embossing machine. Okay, I have spent a lot of time trying to get the best sandwich for this. And I don't know. This is what works for me. This is the only way I could get these 3D embossing folders to work for me. Okay, I have a base plate, and this is a magnetic platform. I do actually like the magnetic platform with this, because it actually holds this die onto the embossing folder. So remember, the die will go onto the embossing folder on the side that says Stampin' Up, not this side. It will go on this side. And it only fits one way in here. So you line it up. Make sure it's lined up so that, you know, everything is in there. Right? It's going perfectly around that. And then my magnetic plate really helps, but you don't have to have that. Okay, then I take my paper that I just ink blended, and then I'm going to put this on here. Okay, and then you can put it, you know, whatever direction that you want. Let's do it this way. Close it. And then I'm putting one plate on top. Okay. And then running it through. And it's hard. It's hard to run it through, but it runs through. And then I'm going to come back the other way to make sure that it got cut properly. I've tried this with my other plate that you can take the 3 layers off. I've used my the embossing, you know, the embossing piece, the impressions pad. I've used so many different things. And this is really the only way I got it to go through and cut and emboss. So I don't know. But can you see that? Can you see how it's embossed and it's cut? Oh, you're at your mom's birthday party? Oh, how exciting. Oh, I know that you were working on something last weekend. Okay, so here's 3 pieces. Do you see how it's embossed? And then the different colors, since you ink blended it different ways, it kind of looks like that. And there's actually still some good, there's some leaves here that you could cut around. Like, see how this, I could cut around this. I can cut around this piece. I can cut around this one. And then, you know, really you can even cut like this one out and then this one out if you stick it in, you know, behind and between. I'm going to do a couple other things. And then we'll put these down. I wanted to show you what it was like with just, here I just cut it out of a solid cardstock. Okay. I have some solid cardstock here to use. Let's see. I didn't want this one. But here we go. Okay, I got a piece that's green, so I'm just going to cut out this one here. And this is two-tone. This is actually close to my heart jade, I think. And it's two-tone. I'm putting the darker side on here because I wanted to show you how this can work. And then put one plate on. Oh, yeah, I have the cutter. You don't have to put the cutter, the die on there if you don't want to. Huh, wait a minute. Oh, you know what? I've got the piece underneath. See? Okay, that's a good thing to show you how it doesn't work if you have the bottom base piece on there. Right? I accidentally had that on there. I was looking for where that one went. Okay. I mean, I know it's hard, but it's not that hard. Okay, it's going that way, and then I'm going to go back through. I don't have the Stampin' Up embossing folder, so I don't know what the sandwich would be for that. But, okay, so see, you can just cut it out with solid. And then since this is a white core paper, I was thinking you could, you know, take a little emery board kind of block here, sandpaper block, and get some of that white core to show through. This is why close to my heart people really like the white core. You can't do this with the Stampin' Up typical paper because you can't get that white to show through, and so this just makes it look a little bit more distressed. Okay, and then the last thing you could do is obviously you can stamp. Okay, and I've got a couple things stamped here. Here's one that's stamped. Let me see what I don't have here. Let's stamp this one because I've got some of these stamped. So for this one, I found that since the die is all three together, you can't stamp all three and then cut all three out at the same time because you couldn't line up the stamps. So what I thought to do is to cut these first, like run this through with just your plain white, or you can even do this on solid cardstock, cut the three out and then stamp on it. Okay. So let's put this here and then let's get this stamp. And I think What color should we stamp this? Let's do the nectarine. Okay. So I cut these out first. You can see I cut all three pieces out. And then you can just stamp them. And I'm going to try and do it without my head in the way. There we go. There we go. Not too bad. Okay, I should have enough cut out that we could put the page together now. Are there any other questions about this embossing, stamp, cut, and embossing hybrid folder? There are some other dies. There's this this little sprig kind of thing. Let's see. I've got one of these cut, so see the little sprig. And then there's these are open leaves. So there's like this one that's a single. And then let's see if I have a double one. Yeah, the double one. And then there's this one that's like a double leaf. Okay, and then you've got the sentiment stamps. You write this one and this one. And then even this little one. Okay, so it's a good set. It's a good set to have. Let me see if there's any questions. Yeah, there are other hybrid embossing folders too. But it's nice to stamp and emboss, you know, at the same time. And there's a lot of different ways you could do this. Like I said, I ink blended and then embossed and cut. This one I just cut on a cardstock. This one I cut on cardstock, and then since it was white core, I kind of erased it away. You can stamp some, you know, just stamp. And I could even probably ink blend over this if I wanted to. Okay, let's do the left-hand page. That's this one, okay? Okay, so what I did, I have this little, we'll need to cut this. I have this little piece here that's just a dovetailed piece. And that was 4 inches by 2.5. 4 inches by 2.5. And so let's cut this one. So let's cut 2.5. And you could leave this one out if you want to. I just wanted I wanted a place to have these leaves rest on. So that's why I put this here. And here's my scissors. Okay, so then I just am dovetailing this a little bit. I cut down the middle and then go in from each corner. Okay. Okay, that's on this page. And I kind of have this tucked under there. Okay. So let's put this down. And basically it's, you know, I put it kind of towards the bottom of this piece here, and I tucked it under a little bit. You want the dovetail points to lie in on this 1/2 inch trim that's showing. That's how I think it should be. Okay. And now let's just arrange some of these pieces. Let's see if I can put this here so we can copy it a little bit. Let's put it like that. So I had this, one of these here. And then I have one of the 3, this one. That one had a little bit more green. Let's see. I could even put, let's see, maybe I'll put, put it like this. Okay. And then I have these, these open ones. Let's see. And I cut these. And now you're just going to start kind of playing where you think they should go. I'll put that one there, and then I'll put this one down here. Put one about here. And then I put a stamped one there. I don't think I have a stamped one, so I think I'm going to put, this one here. And then I do have this guy. I'm not sure I like that color on there though. And then I've got the little sprig. I do have this color. There we go. Kind of like that. That adds a little bit of color. Okay. I think I like that. And then so let's just start putting these down. And I'm going to start from the bottom layer here. Put this down. I like it with the kind of sanded away edges. Okay. And you really could kind of play around with however you want these to go. The one thing you want to watch is you don't want it to go over too much onto your picture unless you've got your picture already there. Okay, let me put the little sprig down. You kind of want different layers and textures and colors. Because you're just kind of building this up. Okay. There, and then I'm going to put this here. Geez, my finger. My finger has actually some of that Stampin' Seal on it in it. Yeah, pulled that up a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to put this here. And then let's put a sentiment. Here's my little sentiment block. And here I put nothing's better than autumn. Let's look at what's on this stamp set. See, the thing is, for a scrapbook page, none of these sentiments are great for a scrapbook page. Let's see. Nothing here. I used the More Than Autumn set for this. I'm going to put Grateful It's Finally Autumn, I think, on this one. Okay. And I'm going to do this in Memento Black. And actually, I want to go pumpkin picking with Ellie, my granddaughter. So maybe we'll be able to, I'll be able to put my pictures on this page. Okay, Grateful It's Finally. I do love autumn, and it's not just because my birthday is this month. Okay, this is a good stamp set. Actually, I'm going to use this one next week. Okay, let's see where autumn is on here. I could put pumpkin. Here's autumn. Okay, and I'll put autumn on. I think I had a. Didn't I have a circle cut out somewhere? Okay, I'll put it on this one. I don't want to use white again because the white on white won't stand up very well. Okay. There we go. And these are the circles from this set. The die set, you get the circle, right? This was from this one, and then this was from this. It's part of this die set. Let me clean this off and put it back so that you don't lose it. You ever lose one of these small little stamps? This is a nice set that's got a lot of nice sentiments. The other one has nice sentiments. Like these are nice sentiments, but for cards, you know, not really a scrapbook layout. Okay, so let's put these down. And I'm going to put this one right onto the page, and then this one I'm going to pop up. Okay, so this I'm going to put the I had some out, but I couldn't find them. Okay, these are the dimensionals. So I'm going to pop these up on dimensionals. Thank you, Tina. Okay. Okay. And then you can put some dots down. I had put some kind of gems there. I think I'm going to put these ones. This is from the Earth Tones Shimmer Gems. So I'm going to use the kind of these clear ones just to give it a little bit of sparkle. And these aren't clear, they're kind of they've got kind of a cream color to them. You don't have to put the gems, but I love to add that extra layer. Again, it just adds a little bit of texture to it. And then I also, on this one, I put these over here. So, you know what I think I'm going to do is, will this fit over here? I think I might put one of these there instead of these open ones. I think I'm going to put this. Really, because I don't have too many of those cut. I mean, I do have some. I could put these, but okay. So we got this page done. Let's do the right-hand side. Okay, so for the right-hand side, I did add these here. These are part of the greetings of the seasons, the dies that go with it. So this was just add a little bit of shapes to it. So okay, I pulled a few. These are the backs of the, I think some of these are the Autumn, Splendid Autumn, and then these ones were the, is it Meandering Meadow sets? I don't know, I thought I'd maybe cut a few of these. Okay, I'm just going to set this right on top of here. And we'll cut a few of these. You can do ovals. You can do, you know, so many other different shapes, but I just thought these were kind of fun. And I had them kind of left over. I don't know if these are gonna, I might do one in the orange. Actually, I think instead of this, I'm going to do the orange like the dovetailed piece on my other side. Okay. And then maybe we'll do a, the green, garden green. I had just pulled out a few pieces because I wasn't sure what would be good. Okay, got two, and then one more. Here's some of the garden green. You could also just put another picture or something over there if you want. Okay. Let me put this back in here. There's a lot of, I could have used these ovals. This would have been cute. Okay. So here we go. So I kind of started from these, and I put these about, I want to say 2/3 of the way up the page. Okay. Like I said, you could put a, you know, another 3x4 picture there if you want. But this just gives a little bit of visual interest. And the last one. So I put this one kind of to the right, this one angled to the left, and then this one kind of straight up and down. Like I did here. Okay. And then let's just add our pieces here. So you see I have one piece that was stamped. I guess we could use this one. It's stamped. Let's see. Got this. Actually, let's put this here. Got this. And then what do I have for, and then I've got this one. I'm not loving that, guys. Let's put this one that we stamped. Okay, like this. Okay, and then here I did a kind of a single and a double. Let's see. Let's see if I've got a single one here. I've got two of the, so I'm just going to turn this one into a single because I've already got these cut. Okay, and then the little spriggy. We'll put this little sprig here to give some color here. Okay, I'm liking how that looks. And I popped up the maple leaf. I always put my adhesive onto the pieces while I'm on one of these. This is actually the back of, I cut some vinyl for a t-shirt, and that's what this is from. So I saved this and use it as a something so my adhesive doesn't get on everything. Okay, do the stamped one next. You can see a lot of this is just you play around, you cut a lot of pieces out, and then you lay it on your page and you see what looks good or what you like. I'm not going to put this one down yet because I am going to pop that one up on dimensionals. Put that there, and then do our little leaves here. Oops. And this this maple leaf kind of hides all of these little stems, right? So I'm putting all the stems towards the center so it gets covered by the maple leaf. Okay, and then pop this up. You could put a sentiment or a journal on here. That's kind of why I left that there. I was thinking I could put a date or something on there. but you know, fall is my favorite season, so I knew I had to get these changing leaves dies. And I really I wanted to try these hybrid embossing folders because I had read so much about it, or you know, in the catalog, and I wondered what it was like. Okay, then put this right here, pop it up. And then we'll add, you know, I did add some of the gems, so we added them on the other one, so let's add it on this one. And again, I'm just using these kind of cream colored ones. These are from the Earth Tone set. This is just so it gives it a little bit of sparkle. There we go. Put 3 there. Okay, and then I did have one of these 2-piece things on this side. So I could put this here. It doesn't really show up that well, does it? So let's do this one again over here so that it will show up. There we go. I like that. Okay, I think that's it, guys. I know we're a little bit longer, but this one was a 2-page layout with the embossing folder discussion. So I knew it was going to be a little bit longer. What do you guys think? Do you like it? I know that this is popular. I will tell you that I don't know if you saw on my page, I posted my TikTok on my Facebook page. That video got 3,000 views, which is on TikTok the most I've ever gotten. Was this layout? Here? It was this side, this page. I did both. I did this one and then this one in 2 separate TikToks, and this one got like 3,000 views. So people really really like this one. And again, the base layout, you can do whatever. I could see, pumpkins here if you want, but I could also see balloons, for a birthday, flowers. You can make this base layer be, anything. I just wanted to put the changing leaves on them because I wanted to use that hybrid embossing folder. And then the last thing I got, I've been in Ohio all weekend. We went to Ohio, and I got back at 6 p.m. tonight from the drive. We left this morning at 10 a.m. and got back at 6 p.m. And in my mailbox, this was in my mailbox. It's my advancement to silver pin. I advanced to silver. And look, I send you a nice pen. Isn't this gorgeous? Title advancement. Congratulations on your title advancement. And it comes with this nice little box. Isn't this cute? So wanted to show you that. And it's because of you guys watching and commenting and purchasing. I appreciate all of your effort because you guys helped me get this. So thank you so much. Next week I'm doing a fun fold card, this fun fold card. And I'm going to use this set, More Than Autumn set, next week. Isn't this cute? And it actually can be a gift card holder too if you want it to be. So we're making this next week since it's pumpkin spice season. Okay? Okay, I hope to see you guys next week. Remember, National Card Making Day is on October 5th, so register so you get the free gift. And then the paper pumpkin special goes through October 10th. So you get 40% off your first month subscription. So don't forget that. Okay. And stay tuned. A lot of stuff is happening October 1st. So stay tuned to my Facebook page. If you like anything that you saw today, go to thecraftychemist.stampinup.net. My September 2024 host code is UN93FBVU. Just enter that in the host code section, and it should bring up me as a demonstrator. Okay, see you next week. Bye.